Good morning. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate Graham. And if this is your first time joining us, then welcome. Welcome to this beautiful little space, this little caravan. I live in the Scottish Highlands, and I have all of my oracle decks here. I do oracle readings on a semi regular basis. I go live for things. Today, I'm here for a daily oracle reading. So I guess I'm getting a lot more regular and consistent with my oracles. And I am also the teacher and creator of the Empath Energetics program. The next round and final round for this year starts May 19th, and the scholarship actually closes tonight. So if you see this today and you like the sound of the Empath Energetics program and you want the opportunity to take it for free, then I encourage you to apply for the scholarship. I'm going to be doing the draw tomorrow. So I will do it tomorrow evening. So if you see this and you're in Eastern time, don't worry. I'm not going to go by my time. So you can do it. I'll do it tomorrow evening, my time in British time. Okay. So the Empath Energetics program, and then I'll get into this daily oracle message. But the Empath Energetics program is something that I have not seen created. And the reason I created it was because I didn't think that something like this existed. And along my healing journey and my spiritual journey, I really struggled because I felt like I didn't have anyone I could go to that would be able to talk to me about lots of different factors within my healing journey. And it's something I take seriously and that I pride myself on is that I can help people in a lot of different directions that they're going within their spiritual journey. And if I feel like I've reached kind of the end of my knowledge on something or my preference for knowledge on something, I will then help guide you to where you might need to go next on your journey. So this is a perfect starting place, but it's also a perfect developing place. So I have people from all different levels of experience and understanding come through this program. I also have a lot of business owners come through this program, which I super love because I love talking about business, and I love helping entrepreneurs connect more deeply to themselves so that they can also be more authentic in their business and in that expression. So we do understanding energy, that's phase one. And phase two is, and under understanding energy, there's actually so much stuff. You can go check it down on the website. I put it down in the links below. Phase two is shadow work and really going through triggers and doing a lot of deep reflection in what archetypes do you take up and what are the ways that you react to life. And so we also talk about faulty thinking patterns. I weave in a lot of concepts actually from psychology, from my hypnotherapy background, from shamanism, as well as energy, yoga. And I also teach body tools and techniques, things that you might need in order to focus on your physical well being, your physical healing. Basically, whatever comes up in empath energetics, I was going to say stays in empath energetics, but that's just funny to me. Whatever comes up in empath energetics for every individual, I keep the group small so that I can actually really hone in on each person's individual journey and then focus on what you actually need out of the program. So it's incredibly unique, but also very extensive with what I teach round to round. No matter what, I teach certain lessons, such as the healing process. We go through light work archetypes as well. And there's this epic, in phase four, there's this epic legacy workbook that I've created, which guides people through thinking about your legacy. And then I also weave in some astrology for that, just in a small way so that it can help kind of get things moving and get you thinking about what your purpose truly is, here on earth. So if you have a little bit of a clue of, some of these areas, but you want a comprehensive, intensive, course, then Empath Energetics might be for you. I'll also say something that happens with Empath Energetics is that the right people come out to it, and it's people who feel the call, who people feel like, hey, maybe I want to work with her. There's something about the way Kate delivers or speaks that I want to be a part of. And so if you feel that call and that draw, but finances are an issue, that's why I opened up this scholarship option. But also, I'm really flexible with payment plans, and I understand that not everyone is in a super easy position. A lot of empaths actually end up giving so much to other people that they don't keep enough for themselves. I get that. And so I'm flexible with payment plans. You come talk to me if that's going to stand in your way. I don't want that to be the thing that removes your ability to take this program. Also, every round there is at least one male. And this year we don't have anyone signed up yet, So, still have a week. We'll see if anyone shows up. But I wanted to address and also ask any men or males that follow this to say, what do you think stands in your way of being able to say yes to a program like this? It's not designed for women by any stretch. It's not designed only for females. Um, it's it does feel like more challenging for a lot of men to pursue this intuitive work and perhaps spiritual work, because I think largely in history it's almost been seemingly like a feminine thing. Unless you're in organized religion, then it's a lot of males. So it's a very interesting thing. I think about it a lot, actually. And it's important to me to have a good, diverse sort of range of people that are in empath energetics. We currently have that. There's currently all the signups are people who are a bit different than each other, which I really love. But I would also love to welcome in at least one man into this next round. So if you, especially if you're a man who's thinking about this, if you want to book a 15-minute with me and talk to me about what your resistance or what your feeling might be. I also know a lot of males in the collective, and I'm going to say maybe masculines, as someone who's masculine leaning. Um, I feel a lot of masculine leaning energies are actually struggling a lot with these sort of deep self-esteem issues. And so that could be also a part of it. So come talk to me if that could be what is going on for you. Okay, let's get started. I am so excited. Okay. um, I also wanted to say, this is funny, but I was feeling like a bit of like congestion and a bit of like blocked energy, blocked flow today. And today is Vendredi, so it is Venus Day. I love this day. Some of the Soul Circle and past empath grads, we have a messenger group that is Friday Self Love Selfie Club, which I love because it reminds us to just take a minute and take a photo of yourself so that you can have a deep appreciation for yourself. So you can look at your image and see how you're doing and check in on yourself and ultimately move towards a place of love. And it's interesting. I've been using this Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck, and I have not used it so much since I've been in Scotland. I just keep using it. I don't know why. I do feel called to create my own oracle deck. So if you want to see an oracle deck, I have multiple that I've actually been making behind the scenes for years, just picking away at them. Let me know if you would want to see them. I kind of want some people to test them out with me. And so I have to take a look at what that might look like. But if you want to see what my oracle decks are looking like, then you let me know. And it might encourage me to bring them out up to the surface more. I'm also making pendulum charts. So maybe say oracle cards or pendulum charts right now. Which one would you prefer to see first? Okay. All right. So today's oracle message today is May 12th, 2023, but just take this, whenever you see this message, it might be for you. If you got through all that beginning info. Okay, so this is the Horse King, assistance and control. Um, and I'm really, really drawn to the white horse. And a horse came up recently for me in journeying about physical well-being and about fitness and about power. And so think about the horse and how much power and musculature, it has. It's funny, I was at the gym and I felt like my hands almost like doing this as if they're like hooves, which is really interesting. A shaman goes to the gym. It's kind of like, I don't know, not a nursery rhyme, but some sort of like fable or something. Um, the Horse King, I think, really is actually about stepping into masculine energy and being proud of that. So, this is something I am feeling drawn to talk about today. I was feeling drawn to talk about that in relation to the empath course, but in general, the masculine energy that we are familiar with in the world, often we label it as toxic. And in many ways, the masculine energy and forces of the world are actually how we've built and created and driven forward as a society. So it's really, really ridiculous to call it entirely toxic or to dissociate with the idea of masculine energy. I myself feel very evenly divided, I'll say, feminine, masculine. I feel like a lot of both. And I find the more I tend to and value one, then the more the other one tends to get nurtured. So I find them in this symbiotic, supportive relationship at this point in my life, that the more I lean into the feminine, the more my masculine will build a container. And the more my masculine drives up, the more this feminine wishes to express and create itself in the bounds of that container. That's a helpful way to look at masculine and feminine, the container and the chaos within it. So the horse king, assistance and control. I feel like it's this navigating of I need to do everything myself. I need to do it all by myself. I need to drive forward. And actually, a true and embodied masculine energy trusts that with assistance and support of community, they're actually able to build more. Humans, when we have worked together and collectively, have progressed much further than one person trying to live out their own mission. And there are times for that. There are absolute times for hermitdom and focus and really reining in on just you. And I think it's important to have a bit of a balance, right? So individual progress and also community togetherness and maybe advancement together. And so this is actually letting you know it's important to, if you're going to also build self-love, you're going to have to trust that people are going to love you, right? It's not enough to actually just build your own resource of I like myself and I'm okay with myself. And if I work this hard, this is what I keep hearing is like, if I work hard, then I will like myself. If I do this, then I can relax because then I can enjoy. That's actually, it's such a, I don't know, it's such a, I was going to say it's such a faff. It's such a farce, you know, it's such a joke to think that the harder you work and the more intensely you beat yourself down, that somehow on the other side of it, you're going to end up in a self-love or a pride situation. You actually need to continually be proud of yourself along the journey in order to end up being proud of yourself. It's actually how that works. You've got to put in what you actually want in order to get what you want. Seems so logical, but sometimes our mind just plays this trick on us that pressure equals, you know, progress. And that's not necessarily true. So it's important to ask for assistance or look to where you could learn from, where you could receive guidance from, who might be a support for you, who your community could be. And if you are lacking community of like-minded people, then looking for those communities, right? We also have the High Lord of service, oh, gratitude and service, which says selflessness, humility, and conscious action. And it's the conscious action piece and the selflessness that I'm really feeling drawn to. I'm also feeling, you know, it's funny, I started a previous reading today and it felt just like I was skipping over all of my words. So I am feeling like there's also someone in the collective with a bit of like a stammering kind of communication concern, almost like it's difficult, difficult to say things. That's not normal for me. So I do feel this is like an energy I'm tuning into. So if you're having trouble communicating, saying what's on your mind, if you're feeling extremely shy or scared of what's coming out of your face, this is about taking some conscious action to step into yourself. I think actually a lot of speech concerns or issues or communication issues come from a lack of self-confidence and a lack of self-trust. If you don't trust yourself to say things that are on your mind or on your heart, then you could be like, "Ooh, I'm just going to pull back because, you know, these 3 times I've said something and it wasn't what I wanted to say. And so, you know, I'm just going to not try today." And then that becomes a pattern. I also see holding a special light. Like there's something about you that is so pure. And when we forget this part of ourselves, it can be really easy to fall out of love because then we sort of look at all of these ways we've messed up in life. We look at these things that we need to fix. We want better, you know, and it's actually really important that we also indulge the line of thinking and we spend some time in this line of thinking, which is I am this pure light that entered the world so ready to explore and so wanting love and so craving community and so ready to express myself because at some point in our lives we were that. It might have been really early on in childhood that we forgot about it, so you might not remember it consciously, but at some point in our lives we really felt this light, expansive, and if you're lucky you might have felt it more than once. So part of, acting on your light is actually letting go of those things that held you back. And that's what a lot of Empath Energetics program is about in that first 2 months. It's understanding energy and triggers and shadows and releasing things and bringing them up, right? So that we can go through them. But you do have to actually surrender, release them, or integrate them so that you understand they're a part of you. And then you are ready to introduce new parts of you and you have space for that. Ooh, we also have the Phoenix. So this is a time for great change. I feel like I keep talking with my hands like I'm trying to make a point. It's very funny. Resurrection and surrender to change. There you go. Resurrection and surrender to change. So I'm going to pull a manifestation card here as well. I am patient knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. So it might not feel like your surroundings right now are exactly matching. I really feel today like, and this is Venus Day, so it makes a lot of sense. It's like beauty and the feminine and love and power in the feminine as well. Hold this. There's like this white flower in both of these cards here. So there's a white flower here, and then a white flower here. Hold this flower right at your solar plexus. So right around here where this knot is on my shirt. So right around your solar plexus, hold this white flower and trust that you are cleansing and clearing negative self-beliefs and any thoughts of who you are that don't serve the who you want to be. Okay. Because all these creations. We go through life trying to identify ourselves, trying to understand. And that's the kind of stuff that can honestly drive us nuts, right? Is we're trying to figure out who we are and we're only doing it based on information we get, living our lives. And it can be really challenging. It honestly can. And for some people, the answer is separating entirely from identity. For some people, it's going so fully into identity that they are like expressing it to this extreme amount. I think there's a beautiful balance somewhere between them where you're selfless, you let go of that control of oh, I have to be this, you're a part of everything, you're a part of this beautiful collective. Then you also, surrender and resurrect these, so you let go of these parts of yourself and you rise up from the phoenix to actually express yourself individually so you can be a supportive light within that collective. So there is some sort of, balance in between. The truth is always in the gray, right? We have black, we have white, there's truth somewhere in between. We also have, everything is about surrender today. So let go of the things that are like, I feel like squirrel energy and in your mind. Let go of those things just for a moment and say, what's true? What's true? What do you need? Who am I? Allow yourself to receive these answers. And receiving is a huge, huge, huge part of the work that I do with clients, whether it is business stuff, whether it is shamanic work, whether it is oracle and empath energetics work, intuition work is all about receiving. And I think we are our wisest when we are able to receive more. Because think about this, right? Someone who goes into a business meeting and is able to really scan the room and receive input and information is going to know how to negotiate or who to speak to or where to put energy in order to get their desired outcome and the desired outcome of all, right? And so you do need to be in a place of receptivity. You don't just want to be the person who walks into a boardroom and then puts all your stuff out there and says, everything's about me and I'm going to dazzle you. It's like, I'm really making myself laugh today. I'm going to dazzle you. I'm going to put on the show, put on all the, neon lights and then stun you, because sometimes people then get this feeling of confusion and a little bit of disconnect. And even if they're hooked, it's not in truth. It's actually not in truth for you either. You deserve to go into a situation and actually feel like yourself. And if you have not been feeling like yourself lately, self-knowledge is the way, and self analysis and self-healing is the way back to yourself. So there's no way to avoid that. You do need to love yourself in order to grow and progress in this lifetime. It says, when I surrender my will to the care of spirit and the universe, I attune my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. And I am feeling this like congestion clear. So if you have been feeling blocked in your physical well-being, surrender some of these concerns and some of these stresses to spirit and to these higher realms. Then allow yourself receive what you actually need to do in order to improve your well-being, your wellness. Wellness. Um, yeah, I have this beautiful exercise I'm going to take people through in Empath Energetics in that first, few weeks. And I'm really excited for it, but I don't want to share it now because I kind of want to leave some things as a surprise. But if you want to check out the rest of the course content, you can do so, the link below, and you can book time with me. You can book time with me. It's interesting. I'm feeling this throat chakra activation. I I don't wake up with like a sore throat. And so sometimes when I come and do these readings and I start to feel caught in my throat, it's almost like because I was talking about empath again, someone was saying, "Oh, no, 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 that's not me." But I really feel there's like this push pull dynamic between me and this one energy and this collective here that I'm reading for today. So if you're watching this video and you're having this feeling that you're like, "Oh, I'm kind of doing that dance," that might be you. And this might be for you. If some of this has resonated with you, let me know. Okay. So, the Empath Energetics program, it feels like something that is like a big undertaking, and that can be why there's like this intensity. But I promise it's a lot softer when you actually get into it. It's a lot softer. People say it's life changing, but it's really life changing because it's integrated. And so it's because it actually has the ability to make change because it's not just you learning about a whole bunch of things, it's also dropping in and doing things. You actually have to take action consistently. And I think the accountability of a group really helps with that. But the physical well-being piece, I do feel is really wow. This physical well-being piece, I do feel is related to someone who's going to be joining this Empath Energetics program. And the communication. So this is the heart chakra, but also seeing. So someone could have really lost touch with their ability to see and to sense into the spirit world. It's really wild. I am, I don't know if that's clairtangents. There's something about, I talk about psychic skills. The highest ones I use are claircognizance, just clear knowing of things, which is why I can just sit here and talk as if I know stuff. I don't know stuff. You ask Kate the mind is like, but channeling through, I just know things. And then also clairsentience, clear feeling, which is why I speak to a lot of empaths and why I teach a lot about emotions. I think that's a beautiful way to increase our sensitivity to others and our understanding of others so that we don't have to react to others the same way. It's what a lot of empaths do. They just overreact to everything that is coming into their world because they pick it up, they're sensitive to it. So those are my highest skills, but I also think there's this experience that this person who's watching and resonating with this might have as well, which is feeling other people's pains literally. And it's something I've gotten used to over years now, years and years of doing healing work. Because when I used to work with people in an in-person body work practice, I had I still have multiple body work certifications. I would sometimes feel their physical discomfort for the rest of the day or maybe the next day, not for longer than a few days, but it always is a little piece of my own healing that I also needed to do. So I'm so blessed because I've worked with now thousands of people. And so I've passed thousands of people's energy through my body and sorted things out in my own body. And it's allowed me this epic journey of self healing. So if you have this experience where you take on other people's things, don't be in victim mindset about it. It's a gift, it's not actually yours. So then you're adding extra healing work as you release it. And then you give some healing attention to whatever that area is. So myself today, I'm going to do some clearing of my congestion, this throat chakra thing. And I'm sure as soon as I sign off of this call, this video, that a lot of it will actually go away, as that's what often happens. But it is really fascinating. And I woke up with the sinuses kind of being like, hey, you need to do a reading. And it was really funny because I know I'm experiencing this, but I also know it's not mine. It's not long lasting. And there's a difference in that feeling. So if you want to get more tuned into what's yours and what's other people's, that could also help you with community. It could be that you've separated a lot from community because you're like, no, they just weigh me down. I get all this like icky energy and I'm always walking around with everybody's stuff on me and symptoms. Anyway, love is all around you. So this is definitely someone who does need to be a long community within their healing journey. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Love is always accessible to you, whether you have known it or experienced it in this lifetime or not. And sometimes we think we know love and loving energy and pure love, and then we get like a level up on what that understanding is. And this feels like a time where you can accept a level up. It's Friday, it's Venus Day, it's love day, take some of this love. I feel like I have so much heart energy right now to share with this collective. So no matter who you are, if you're resonating fully with this reading or not, take some of this loving energy and for a moment, put your hands on your heart and really receive it. I have this cup overfloweth moment that I really wish to share. And I know I'm getting some more heart energy my way later today. So just take this, take this, and practice compassion. This feels like for yourself. Practice self compassion. It says, see things from a fresh perspective. Allow yourself to see yourself in a new perspective, this phoenix rising from the ashes, and perhaps build a more positive view of yourself in order to support this next evolution, this next step up into love, into community. This has been a very powerful message today. I'm not really sure how to sum it up, but if you feel called, if you feel called to it, if you feel drawn to it, please clear my throat by communicating it down below or booking a call with me to connect. I would love to chat, share space with you. I have these little 15-minute heart to hearts for anyone who's considering working with me so that we can meet and see what is the best path for us to take moving forward. And again, the Empath Energetics Scholarship is open until the end of today. I'll be doing the draw for it tomorrow, May 13th. So end of day, May 12th. It doesn't take long to do. It's probably like a 2-minute. I don't know. I don't think it takes very long to fill in the little application form. And I'm going to do a random draw because I don't know how to choose people based on merit. I think everybody deserves self-healing, and I would just give this for free to everyone. But then I maybe wouldn't be able to eat. So it's important. It's important to actually have a program that people pay for. But I'm just not exorbitant or hungry in that way for everyone to. It just made sense to give one scholarship away this year. I know that finances are an issue for a lot of people. So no matter if you get drawn in the scholarship or not, there is a question on there about whether or not you would accept a payment plan. And it's a much longer payment plan than I normally do. So let me know if that is of interest to you when you're on that part of the form. And yeah, okay. I'm gonna head out because otherwise I think I'll keep talking. But this felt like I got everything I needed to out today. And I'm just sending love to you all, sending you some support. Ooh, nope, I had one more deck. There was something. This is the happy, I always remember, healthy life, happy you deck. And then I'm gonna drink some greens in case any level of this nose and throat stuff is mine, but I bet you by noon, all of it's going to be out of my system. Yeah. Okay. So at work today, if you are working today, take a full lunch break to reduce your stress. Sometimes we don't take a full lunch break. Sometimes we let ourselves be distracted on our lunch break. Sometimes we just put a whole bunch of things on screens and try to tune ourselves out. I think it's important to take a lunch break that's full, that's you with you in silence, just being on your own and reflecting and just looking at your life, allow yourself that time. That time is yours. You are given that time. Take it fully. Take that full lunch break. And big, 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 big message. Realize what you cannot control. Realize what you cannot control. That's how to be healthy and happy. You need to focus on yourself, absolutely, in order to be a part of like-minded community. You need to put good stuff into yourself, and also you need to choose to be selfless and to acknowledge that there are beautiful, loving people all around you. So if you've been putting all of your focus on someone that's really draining your energy, this is a call up, a call out. I call them call ups in empath energetics because I tend to poke at, I have a pretty good BS meter for when someone's not being honest and not being truthful or not being energetically aligned. And so, we'll laugh about it, we'll connect about it, and you'll feel supported. But I do a lot of call ups. And it's what people actually really appreciate about my work, I find. They really appreciate, coming up into your higher self. So if you are ready to jump into your higher self and just get rid of these patterns and things of trying to control everything and just not working out for you, um, let me know, especially if you are a male listening to this. But I'm open to, obviously, anyone who feels the call towards empath energetics. Round 5 begins May 19th. Scholarship closes tonight. Okay. Talk to you all later. Take care, everyone.